Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and today's guest, I'm still waiting on him, is Bill Foss, and to talk about the Akashic Records and to do readings for you. And I just wanted to make some quick announcements, and then I'm going to start my show, take my first caller. Jeremy Ryden, numerologist, psychic Jeremy Ryden will be the guest on March 9th. He's the author of Your Soul Story, How to Create the Life You Always Wanted, and his new numerology book, The Great Method, Your Intuitive Destiny Guide. On March 16th is Brian Rawls. He's the host of the Magical Journey radio show that comes on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on March 23rd is Mary Ann Rogers, who's going to be talking about past life healing. And on March 30th is Carl Jung, who will be talking about out-of-body experiences. I'm now going to take my first caller, which is area code 201. Hello, 201.
Hi, I'm Jennifer calling from New Jersey.
Hello, Jennifer. And Jennifer,
hi.
Hi. And Jennifer, how can I help you?
I just wondered, do you have any messages for me from Spirit? Anybody coming through?
Is your mother on the other side, Jennifer?
No, she's here.
Is your grandmother on the other side?
Yeah, grandmother passed.
Oh, all right, because it was either mother or grandmother, and since mother's here, it's grandmother that is coming through. And grandmother says that you're destined for greatness and that you're going to have a good life, that you're having a good life, that things are going to be good for you, and that there's going to be love in the future.
Oh,
and she loves you very much, and is always with you and watches over you and is with your mother. So she's with you and your mother, both. She's
right
in the household. She's a part of the family, and she has chosen to stay on this plane to be with you and to be with your mother and to watch over you. And she especially watches over you at nighttime. And I feel that
she passed very young. She was 44 when she died.
Yeah, that is young, but she's with you, and she's been with you a long time.
Right.
And that is young. And I feel your mother was very young when she passed.
My what?
Your mother was very young when she passed, when your grandmother passed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Bobby's still a child. So, but her mother is, just let her know that her mother loves her and loves you, and that her mother is with her. And if you need to get a hold of me, Jennifer, my number is
Right.
744
Right.
5241, or go to psychichorizon.com and go to my webpage. And thank you for
Okay.
calling the
Thank
Psychic
you.
Horizon Show, Jennifer. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I'm now going to take my next caller, which is Kathy, area code 443. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Kathy?
Good. When do you see me retiring?
I feel that you'll retire in 2018 or 2019. So within the next 1 or 2 years is when you're going to retire. And it looks like that you'll get a good pension, a good sized pension, because I feel you being comfortable financially after you retire. And I feel you're going to be doing some traveling during the time that you retire. You're going to be fixing up your home and doing some travel. So there's travel in the future. And there's also travel this year, coming up for you during the spring or summer months. You're going to be going to see family or friends out of state. So you are going to be traveling. But retirement is a good time for you. It's a very good time for you where you'll be comfortable financially and be able to travel and to stay in your home, to keep your home. And I feel you'll be spending a lot more time with family, in the future, now and when you retire, especially your daughter. Do you have a daughter, Kathy?
No, I don't.
Do you have a son?
No.
Oh, okay. It could be
My
a young
husband,
woman.
my husband has a daughter and a son
He does have a daughter and son?
from his first marriage. Yeah.
All right, I might be picking up the stepchildren because I saw you spending time with children,
Mhm.
so I feel it's the stepchildren that you and your husband are going to spend some time with, and that's coming up in the near future that you're going to be spending, some time.
Uh-huh.
So I feel that retirement is good for you. And if you need to get a hold of me, Kathy, I'm at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com, go to my webpage, and thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Kathy.
Thank you, Shelley.
I'm now ready to take my next caller, which is area code 310. Hello, 310.
Hi, Shelley. This is Brittany speaking, and I'm calling because I've reached out to a gentleman whom I want to take classes with, and I haven't heard from him. But I wanted to know, do you see me taking classes with him, and will his classes benefit me if I do?
I do see you taking classes with him. I think that he's going to get in contact with you this week or next week. I see a delay, but I do see him getting in contact with you, and I do see you taking his classes, and they look like that they'll be very beneficial, that whatever subject you're studying is going to be very helpful and very useful to you. And you're going to be able to kind of incorporate what you learn into your life. So it looks like it's going to be a good class. What kind of class is it, Brittany?
He's like a coach, like an acting coach. But my question to you is, what is the delay in him getting back with me?
I think that the delay is that he is maybe out of town or busy. I see him being, with somebody, people around him. And I feel that that's the delay in him getting in contact with you, that he's just very busy. He's a very sought out. Go ahead.
So he does want to work with me. Like, he does see potential in everything in me.
He does see potential, and he does want to work with you, and he will be contacting you either this week or next week. So you will get contact by him, and you will be working with him, and it's going to be very beneficial, to have him as an acting coach. He's very sought after. He's very popular.
Yes.
He's very
Yes.
good at what he does.
Yes, he is. That's very true. You're very right. And I'm excited. He's going to definitely help take me to the next level.
He is going to take you to the next level. And I feel that you will hear from him.
Okay.
And you will hear from him soon.
Oh, good. I'm excited.
And if you need to get a hold of me, Brittany, my number is 818-744-5241, or you could go to my webpage, which is psychichorizon.com. Thank you for calling, Brittany.
Thank you, Shelley.
I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bill Foss. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Bill. Can you tell the callers a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure can. Thanks for having me on the show, Shelley.
You're welcome.
So, I've been studying the Akashic Records for about the last 20 years, and it was prompted from really asking God and asking the universe, wanting to find out the way that it all worked. So often when we're in life, we have questions about where we're at, what's happening, how am I going to find a new job, what am I supposed to be doing in life, what is my awareness and who I am, how do I fit into the greatness of reality or humanity, where's my place in the world? And when we have these big questions, we're outwardly directed in a grand way. We have these very large questions, and yet we want to know day to day. It creates a lot of smaller questions for us as well. Questions like, where's my next job going to be? What am I going to be doing in life? How am I going to get healed? How am I going to, maybe you have situations with family members or the area that you're living in. And so we have these questions. And when we're able to talk with somebody who can access the records, or you can study the Akashic Records, you're going to get more long range as well as immediate results. So sometimes you can answer long range, get questions answered long range that are going to affect your immediate situation. So that being said, that was a great concern of mine. When I started studying spiritually, I wanted to know everything, and many of us do. So we'll go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And the marketing and merchandising end of the metaphysical and spiritual industry, they love that, by the way. But it's just all part of the process. The main thing is that you ask in a way that God directs you to what you need most. And that's what I did. I just asked. I was studying Tai Chi, yoga, reading book after book and asking God which books to read. And I said, God, please show me the way it all works. And he directed me to the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is literally connected to everything else. So it holds a lot of psychic awareness-based information that we can access, and yet it's connected to everything on the planet. Everything. This is a great living library. Think of the world and everything in it, every person, all of their past lives, every invention, everything that's ever been here, all of the elements. This is a grand living library, and we're all part of it. We're interactive. We're living in this interactive living library, and we're connected to the higher realms. And that's a little bit about the way it all works.
Thank you, Bill. Before we start our interview, let's take our a caller, which is area code 845. Hello, 845. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hello?
Yes, hi. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, my name is Katie.
Hello, Katie. And Katie, what is your question today?
I was wondering, I have this person that I would like to work with. His name is Brian. I reached out to him in the past, I would say about 2-3 weeks ago, and he got back to me and he said yes, that he'd like to work together, but I haven't heard from him. So I was wondering if I should reach out or if I should wait.
And
so
Bill, what do you think, Bill?
Oh, okay. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Where are you calling from?
I'm in New York.
Okay, wonderful. So, is this a work-related or is it relationship-related?
Oh, no, it's work.
Okay. Well, it feels like that you two have a good connection, okay?
Oh, wonderful.
It feels like there's a good creative connection, and it also feels like this is a past life connection of good karma.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, that being said, I feel good things for you around that. I don't see any reason why you couldn't contact him. What's his name again?
Brian.
Brian. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't. I don't think you'd be bugging him. I think we get busy creatively in life. I do feel like whatever that you're going to do with him is going to flourish.
Oh, excellent. So maybe it could turn into more than one project.
Yeah, I think once you get together and you start planning or designing that, you're going to see a whole big vision. It's actually going to be pretty exciting.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're
that's
welcome.
amazing. Thank you.
I feel, Kathy, that you should get in contact with Brian, and Brian will get in contact. Will get back in contact with you, because I feel you're going to leave a message for him, and he'll get in contact with you within a few days after you leave the message. I feel that he does want to work with you. He's just been busy with other things, but he does want to work with you, and you and Brian will have a good work connection with each other, and will work very well with each other and accomplish a lot. And I feel after you work on this project, there'll be future projects coming up with Brian that you'll be working with him in the present as well as working with him in the future. Because there'll be other projects coming up, so it looks like you'll have a kind of a long-term working relationship with each other and enjoy working with each other, and it would be very financially lucrative for the both of you, for you and for him. There'll be money to be made. So it does look like it's going to be good. And Bill, how can Katie get in contact with you?
Oh, Katie, if you would like to get in contact me for a reading, then just go to billfoss.net. That's BILLFOSS.net, or you can reach me by phone at 918-770-3810.
Thank you.
And you could get a hold of me, Katie, at 818-744-5241, or go to psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Katie.
Thank you both so very much. Many blessings to you. Thank you. God bless you both.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're now going to do our interview with Bill Foss on the Akashic Records, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 314. How did you come to study the Akashic Records, Bill?
Thank you, Shelley. Well, it's an interesting story. As you know, as I said that first prayer, and I asked God to show me the way that it all works, I was literally sending out a signal to the universe, the cosmos, spirit guides, angelics, masters from past lives, connections I'd had that I didn't even know of at that time, and signaling that I wanted to remember, basically. And so it was within a few days, that very week, that I was directed to the Akashic Records in written form and started to read about it. And there wasn't that many sources of information, on the Akashic Records. It was one of those topics that a lot of people referred to in spiritual writings, but not a lot of people had information about. So if people were channeling, or unless they were working with it directly, such as Edward Casey or something of this nature. So I kept, every time it came up, I thought, boy, it seems like that's it. What is this? I have to know. So I had this burning desire, basically, and when I said that prayer and asked, in a few days' time, literally, I was shown some material on the records, and I started to read it. I was literally having the interactive experience of reading it, and as I was reading it, saying, I know all of this. I don't know how I know all of this, but I already know it. Now, many of us have that deja vu happen with people that we meet. We have it happen in other ways. People will go to different parts of the world or drive through a neighborhood, and they'll say, I've been here before. Whether they've seen it on a dream, or whether they've actually been there in another lifetime. And that's the case a lot of times. So that's the way it happened for me. When it very first started to happen, I just had this inner knowing that I had done all of this before. And in ways, it made it easier to absorb the information quickly. And in other ways, it was a challenge because I didn't have a reference point for anything in my life at that time that said, that I could identify with. There were no friends that said, oh yeah, well, we're glad you found that, or, if I mentioned it to a friend or someone in my circle at that time, most people, they didn't even understand that I had said something. So I would have to go in and explain it. And often it would, an advanced topic like that, if people aren't, whatever it is, it can sometimes it can evoke, more thoughts to come up or a conversation. Sometimes it can invoke just straight out conflict for people because they just can't understand. And that's what was happening for me. I woke up with it all and didn't really have a reference point for it all. So I just had to trust and continue working with spirit and studying. And after 12 years, I literally I was basically pushed myself, and I like to say they on the other side nudged me to go out and start sharing with groups. So it's been quite a colorful journey.
Awesome. Well, let's take our next caller, Bill, which is area code 314. Hello, 314.
It's me.
Oh, hello, 314. Yes, hi, and who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Amela.
Amela?
Hi, Amela.
And
Hi.
Amela, what is your question?
So I was just wondering if you could, if I could actually get a love reading today.
A love reading? Okay, what is your question?
Well, I'm currently single, so I was just wanting to know if, a reading basically on if love is near, if I will be getting in a relationship anytime soon, stuff like that.
Okay, so you're looking for love.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go in for just a minute, Amila. So one of the things that is happening with you is that you're very mental, okay? Also, you have been a nun in past life, and you've also you've been like a teacher or a researcher, something that more acclimated to using the higher mind, so a little more analytical. And what I would like to say to you and invite you to do is to drop down into your heart, okay, in order to connect with that person out there that's looking for you. And I do feel like there's 2 or 3 opportunities for you right now. I feel like there's 2 or 3 different people that are going to be coming in that will be good opportunities for you to connect with, good dating opportunities. In order to connect with them, I want you to connect with the energy of your heart. Connect with the energy of your heart and be a little softer. Allow yourself to soften up a little bit, be more in the feminine, and take some time for yourself. Get into your, really acknowledge and honor yourself. Beyond that, love yourself. Go into some self-love. Really, some deep self-appreciation. Because something that's important for you to know is that, for you individually, is that everything in the external world, when we get in a relationship, yes, it's a two-way street and there are 2 people involved, and yet everything in the external world is a reflection of you. So you're literally creating your world, and that also includes a partner. And so in creating that world, I want you to bring it home into your heart and start bringing more love and joy into your heart, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that will do a lot for you. I do have a book at the website, and we'll do the contact information here in a little bit, but there's a book called The Secrets of Spiritual Success, and it talks a lot about relationships and heart issues. In a way, I think that will help you shift.
Okay.
And Amelia, I feel that you're going to meet a relationship in April, May, that you're getting into a relationship with a guy that's a little bit younger, about 2 or 3 years younger, with kind of brownish hair, either light to medium brown hair with brownish or hazel eyes, a nice looking young man, and that you will get into a very strong love relationship and romantic relationship coming up in April, May. So coming up in the springtime is when you're going to get into a relationship. And I feel that there's also marriage within 2 or 3 years. It's going to take a few years, but within 2 or 3 years' time, there's a marriage for you. So I feel that you would end up getting married in the future. And I feel a shift in your residence, too. Have you been thinking of moving?
I have, actually.
Yeah, because I feel you moving, and you might actually end up moving in with this man that you meet. The move may be around him, that you and he may end up living together So it looks like it's going to be a serious relationship. And Bill, how can Amela get in contact with you?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Shelley. Anila, if you want to get in contact, you can go to my website, which is billfoss.net. That's BILLFOSS.net. And my phone number is 918-770-3810.
All right, awesome.
And you could get a hold of me, Amela, at 818-744-5241, or go to PsychicHorizons.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizons Show today, Amela.
No problem. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And we're now going to continue our interview with Bill Foss on the Akashic Records, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. Bill, can you tell us about your book, The Secrets of Spiritual Success and the Journey to the Akashic Records?
Sure. Thank you, Shelley. The Secrets of Spiritual Success, this was the first book that I wrote. It started in 2011. It's really a special book because I never planned to be an author. I had planned after, naturally with a progression, of my own spiritual studies, as I was Spirit nudged me into teaching, and then I just saw myself to continue teaching. And I was talking with God here in the Sedona area, probably 2011, in and amongst my life travels and different moves and things across the country, working with people. And God said, "I want you to write a book." And I said, "Really?" And I said, "Well, what about?" And he said, "Well, go in and design the cover." And so I did. And I said, "Well, what's in the book, God?" And the voice spoke again, and it said, "Well, write your table of contents." And so I wrote the table of contents and realized in that moment that I could speak on everything that I had channeled the table of contents about, so that I had been studying over 20 years. Not ever planning to be an author. When I set out to write this book, I literally put everything that I knew up to that point in the book. So the book is a channeled work of practical information, 20 individual chapters of hands-on knowledge and experience with meditation and energy work that you can use. And it's got a lot of good stuff in it about relationships, the other side, psychic awareness. It's literally a spirituality 101. So if somebody doesn't know anything and they say, who, what, when, where, I need something, get this. That's what I would say. It works good for children, kids that are gifted are waking up, people with trauma have been able to benefit from it, actually practitioners that need a 101, psychologists that need a 101 on spirituality because people are waking up so rapidly. It's a great reference book for them. And so that's it. It's a spiritual 101 reference book with 36 different meditation and energy techniques. I put everything that I knew up to that point except for the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records I saved that, and I kept teaching it, and had planned to write a book, and it was 2013, I believe, in Austin, Texas. I was living there, and the earth energy was very supportive, and I started to write the book. It just started to come out, and I thought, well, okay, this is going to be a 150-page, 200-page book. I've been teaching this for several years. For about 10 years or so, it's going to be easy. I thought, it's any book project is a challenge, creative challenge, and yet I thought because I've been teaching it for so long, it'll start flowing. Well, they had other plans. They, being the keepers of the records and my guides, they started to dump and pour information through. So at 150 pages, it became 250. At 250, it became 300. And it went on to become like a 400-page book. So the Journey to the Akashic Records is probably, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's going to be one of the best source books of information and reference material that you can get directly on the Akashic Records out on the market today. And it's got some never before published dynamics about the way the energy works with the records that you'll want to check out. You're going to want to read through this and start to do deeper levels of the work. So it's got many different energy techniques. It's got everything that we work on in a 3-day workshop, as well as 2 glossaries. So that's probably my best work to date. And both books have a workbook with them, and they're both at the website.
That's good. And Bill, let's take our next caller, which is Carolyn, area code 818. Hello, Carolyn.
Hi, Shelley, and hi, Bill.
Hi, Carolyn.
How you doing?
Hi, Carolyn.
You know, I have a question. I was wondering, can I assess my own records through meditation or channeling?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We just set the
Absolutely.
intention? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So if you're having, you know, now, do you have the book, Carolyn?
I do have the book.
Okay.
I just haven't read it
have,
lately. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just haven't had time to read it yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, that's the other part of the equation. You got the first part of the equation is getting the book, then you have to open it, right?
I know. I've opened it. Then I just can't retain all the information. I have to go back to it and refer to it.
Sure. No, that's fine. I'm just having fun with you there.
I know.
So in answer to your question, yes. So as you start, and we all do this as practitioners, as individuals that we're looking for answers and getting ahead in our life, we all we can get our own messages, and we can get confirmations on our messages, and different variations of those messages from other practitioners. So you know, if you have a question, want to access your records, and you're having a challenge with it, then you talk to somebody like myself or Shelley or someone else in our community, right? And then you start to get these little tidbits of information, these little gems of information that come in and say, oh, well, that I haven't heard that, and here's this, and here's this, and so everything's coming into place. And then you pick up the book and just go to one of the journeys and read through that journey.
Okay.
And read through that meditation process, and then put the book down and practice. See if you can take yourself through that practice. You know, see if you can take yourself through that journey. And once you find your way there, once you find your way into the records, then you can do it again. You can perfect that. It doesn't have to be any great, you know, fleeting thing that, you know, it's really a simple process. You just need to get your conflict out of the way, or your mind out of the way, in order to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. It's a good, it's a fabulous book. And I'm always thinking about me and myself and what I'm should be doing or can be doing, or
sure.
So
well,
yeah,
you could use one of the guided meditations on the CDs for that too.
Oh, okay.
And that way you don't have to read anything or study anything. You just put the CD in, like the Journey to the Akashic Records CD. You just put that in and do the guided meditation. Just follow along with it, and I'll take you into the energy of the records.
Oh, that makes sense. That's easy.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I know you can do it.
Oh, I'm going to do it. Yes, it's my intention to do it, and I'm going to do it. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for even writing the book and sharing all this information. And I know that you do workshops and seminars in different locations, but you also do things by Skype, don't you?
Yes, I do. I do workshops by Skype. Also, we did an online webinar last night. We had people on from Scandinavia, Europe, Texas, California, other places in the U.S. And I've got a workshop coming up in Sedona, March 12th, and then another one in April.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that information.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Carolyn.
Yeah, thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, I'm always happy to see you. I will read the book before I see you again. I will read it.
Yeah. You don't have to read the book. It's, one thing about that book you'll find that's very easy is that the print's big and there's space in between the lines. So if you open it up, the energy is really coming out of the book at you. You'll be able to just. Here's the other thing that's not so you're not in overwhelm about reading the book because it's a thick book. That book, you can pick it up anywhere, and you can start reading through it, and you're not going to get lost. So it's not the kind of book that if you don't start at the beginning and go cover to cover, you're going to get lost. It wasn't written that way. So when they wrote it, I say they wrote it, the keepers of the records. That's one of the creative ways that they set it up. So in that you can open it anywhere and you can start to get knowledge and information that'll help you.
Well, I know it's an easy read. It's an easy read. I just want to ask you one question. I was told in the past that I was one of the keepers of the records way back when. Do you pick up that, or
yes, I can confirm that for you. I think you've done work in the records between lives, helping people, helping to assist and comfort souls that are coming into the records after their transition. And also I pick up in ancient tribes. Ancient tribe, I see you as as sort of like a shamanic keeper of the records.
Oh, shamanic.
Like your community, you're working with the records in the higher realms as you're working with people in the community, and you're doing shamanic-based work for individuals. So you were working with people in many different ways: counseling, support, coaching. Of course, they didn't call it life coaching back then, right?
They're talking, I guess.
They called it. It would have been called something different, like tribal coaching.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
but you were a wise person, and you were accessing the records as you were working with people shamanically.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
So this is in Africa. And before that, Aborigine also.
Okay, Aboriginal. Okay. That's giving me some insight. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes. Shelley, do you have anything to add?
And you can do a sacred space meditation where you meditate and you visualize a sacred space. It could be near a tree, it could be near a mountain, it could be near the ocean, a place in nature that you feel attuned to outdoors. And you visualize this sacred space, and you visualize a guide with the book, and the book is the Akashic Records, and you ask the guide to reveal to you what is in the book. So the guide will reveal to you one of your past lives from the Akashic Records. So you can do that meditation and do it about at least 5 or 10 minutes or more, and do it in the evening time when you're not interrupted.
Okay. In the evening time. Okay. I'll try that. Thank you, Shelley.
You're welcome, and I'll see you on Saturday, and have a good day, Carolyn.
Okay, both of you have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you too, Carolyn. Bye-bye.
We have time for one more call, area code 541. Hello, 541.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, my name is Anna. And
hello, Anna. And Anna, what is your question?
Well, I've been going through a very, very long, prolonged healing process, and it's over a year for healing my knee that I had surgery on, and it's a bit disheartening because it's just taking so long, and I'm just starting to get the antsy feeling of wanting to go somewhere, some tropical place, and just I'm wondering if you see that possibly happening, or if there's any insight that you could tell me of why this is happening, any Akashic record understanding of what's going on with my knees, and anything you can tell me that will help.
Sure. Hello, Anna.
Hi.
Is it Anna? Did I say that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it one knee or both knees?
Actually, I have both knees.
Okay. So there, your knees represent not only represent, but they are connected karmically to moving forward in life. The dynamics and the makeup, the physical makeup of the knee it's a very intricate system. You know, if you go in there and look at it, if you were to look at it in a medical book or whatnot, you would see all of the different things that are in there. You also have a chakra point at your knee. You have a chakra, a secondary, what they call a secondary chakra at the knee. And this holds information and karma that's connected back to ancestors, past lives in different places in the world. If you're feeling called to a tropical place, there's a reason for it.
Well,
that would be the first.
Before, and I just love the tropics.
Yeah.
Warm.
Mhm. Where are you at now?
I'm in Oregon.
Okay.
It snowed yesterday.
Oh my goodness. So maybe someplace that doesn't, maybe where it's rainy and warm, but it doesn't rain all the time, right?
Yeah. Mhm. I've lived in Hawaii.
You've lived in Hawaii before?
Yeah, and other lifetimes as well.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you find that the moisture is affecting your knees up there?
No, I'm not so much affected by the moisture. I just like the balmy, kind of warm, kind of embrace of Hawaii and the ocean and warmer weather. Comfortable weather.
Well, it feels to me like you're clear for takeoff. I mean, I don't really see anything in the records that's holding you back from going there,
Well, there's physical
other
things
than just
that are holding.
Go ahead.
There's physical things that is holding me back. So I'm not able to walk well. I'm not driving. I'm getting physical therapy. I'm in a healing mode. So I can't just.
All right. If you are inclined to do so, you could contact me afterwards, and I can do physical healing with you on your knee. So that's an option that you have. Sometimes our body just needs healing. I mean, it's just that simple. Oftentimes we'll think, well, there's a reason that everything happens, and sometimes our body just fails. Oftentimes when there's an accident, some people will say, well, there's a reason why that happened and this and that, and we can explain it away metaphysically, but also if you think practical, sometimes things just happen, and we need help, or we need each other to help facilitate healing so that we can move forward and achieve our dreams and goals, so that we can manifest and be where we want to be. That would be my greatest message to you today, to seek healing, to manifest healing for your knee. Work outside of the box. Work outside of the box. So so we're in the paradigm of day to day. I can't move forward. Yesterday's thoughts were the same as today, and you seem like you're a fairly enthusiastic and inspired person, and yet you've had this happen, and it sort of wears on the creativity a little bit. So when we get into this place, we can supersede it or bypass it or accelerate the healing process by helping each other, and that's the way it works. I think some energy healing would be very good for your knee.
Okay.
So that's what I could recommend for you.
Okay. All right.
So as a healer, what I'm saying is, as a healer, I don't feel like you need a reading for your knee. I feel like you need healing for your knee.
Yeah, it's been over a year, and I had knee replacement on one knee and needed on the other, but at this point I'm not even considering doing it because the first one isn't even healed, and I couldn't go through the same thing twice in a row. There's no way.
Okay, so let's just do a little exercise. We'll ask Shelley, and we'll ask everybody else that's listening out there. If Tiffany's out there, we'll ask other people that are listening. We're all going to send healing energy to Anna's knee, or both knees, or one knee.
Both.
Both knees. Okay. We're going to send healing energy to you on all levels for a moment or two here, and then we're going to send energy to your knee. So let's everyone just connect in. Take a deep breath and breathe out and send healing energy to Anna's knees. We're sending love to your knees for moving forward in life. We're sending rainbow energy. We're sending pink, white, and gold healing energy. It's being amplified by all of the people that are focusing on your knees. And this is clearing your path for your future, for your now and your future. So see how that works for you, Anna. Thank you, everyone, for sending healing energy to Anna's knees.
Thank you. I could actually feel it kind of sort of softly buzzing, a little acceleration and expansion of energy.
Good. So if you want a deep healing, then contact me after the show, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, and everyone else who was chiming in, I very much appreciate it.
And Bill, what is your contact information?
My contact information, Anna and Shelley, is it's billfoss.net, BILLFOSS.net, and then my phone number is 918-770-3810.
Okay, thank you. I have a physical therapy appointment this afternoon, so it's not going to be right away. So I have to get ready for that when I get the phone.
Okay, well, just let me know. I'll be happy to help, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show, Anna.
Okay, thank you, Shelley.
All right. I wanted to thank Bill Foss for being my special guest on the Psychic Horizon Show. He'll be back in the future. And I wanted to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman of Goldilocks Production, for producing the Psychic Horizon Show. And I want to thank all the callers who participated today in the Psychic Horizon Show. Thank you for calling, Bill.
Yeah, thank you, Shelley. Thanks for having me on the show. I look forward to being back here with you.
You will in the future. I'll have you back, and thank you for calling.
Thank you. All right. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.